The legend of Mr. Loch Ness Monster will be tested with DNA samples. It could be a Mrs. Loch Ness Monster. We don't know if that's a male or a female, whatever it is. Oh, Nessie, yes, yes. You guys know the legend. You know the deal. I don't need to get into the history of Nessie, do I? You can Google that shit. Look at the famous pictures. Legend of Loch Ness Monster will be tested with DNA. This is great because I'm wondering when I first saw the title, where did you get the DNA of Loch Ness? Did you find a little chunk of her tail or his eyebrow? Like, how did this all come about? As far as I know, no one has a piece of Loch Ness Monster. So how are you going about testing DNA? Did Loch Ness spit at somebody in their hair and they were like, oh, this is Loch Ness spit. I'm going to bring this to the lab. No, I don't think that's occurred. So how is it happening? Well, the stories seem as tall as the lake is deep. For hundreds of years, visitors to Scotland's Loch Ness have described seeing a monster that some believe lives in the deep depths of the loch. Which, by the way, are lochs only in Scotland? I'd like to have a loch over here in California. I don't think we have lochs, just locks of hair. But now the legend of Nessie may have no place to hide. Ooh, Nessie, because we're going to CSI your ass. A New Zealand scientist is leading a team to go to the lake next month to take samples of the murky waters to conduct DNA tests and determine what species live there. Professor Neil Gemmell says he's no believer in Nessie, but he wants to take people on an adventure and communicate some science. Besides, his kids think it's one of the coolest things he's ever done. Yeah, well, you know, these scientists are very bored these days. I mean, I've done how many stories about scientists testing out weird shit? It seems that they're super bored, and hardly any of them are interested in saving the Earth. I don't know why they're doing weird shit like this. Like, do we really need this? Do we really need more science money poured into this? You know? I mean, one of the more far-fetched theories is that Nessie is a long-necked plesiosaur. That's some, say that 5 times fast. Plesiosaur, 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 plesiosaur. Did it. That somehow survived the period when dinosaurs became extinct, which is just, that's just madness, really, to think that that's what's going on here. You think a dinosaur is living 60 million years? It's gone rogue for 60 million years. Do you have any concept of time and history? Geological time, 60-something million years is? Do you realize how long that is? It's just, there's no way this is a dinosaur. That's just not, just stop it right there. If you're thinking this is dinosaur land, no, not a dinosaur. What is it? I don't know, but let me tell you something. Part of being a mature adult is learning to live without closure. There are certain mysteries in this world, okay? And you got to say to yourself, well, I just don't know. I don't know what that could be. I don't know what it is. The photos that we've seen, the videos that we've seen, is that a, what could that be? You know, if it is an animal of some sort, if it's an organism, it isn't that old. That's a guarantee, okay? I think science has that nailed down. Species don't survive that long without other traces of it elsewhere. Doesn't happen. What is it? I don't know. You just have to say to yourself, who the hell knows what that is? So this DNA test, well, I think it's just going to prove what we all know is that we don't know what the hell that is. Because even if you get some DNA, I mean, unless you have matching DNA of whatever that is, you're not going to be able to identify it, right? So, I mean, unless you pull DNA and you're like, oh, that's dolphin DNA. That must be that thing. Well, you know, if you pull DNA, it could be a species we have no idea about. Okay, that could be a thing, you know? And if that's the case, we're not going to have any other samples of DNA to match it up, right? Isn't that how science works? I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm kind of an idiot. I don't have a degree in this, so I certainly don't have a degree in cryptozoology, which is the study of fictitious animals, I think. So look into that. But I know some of you are into this crap, so we got to cover this on Weird AF News. It is weird, and I do like the weird, and I love stories like this. So I hope you enjoy that. And if you yourself happen to live in Scotland, anywhere near the Ness, please send me a plane ticket, because I'd love to stay at your place for a weekend and go swimming and kayaking on the lake, just for my own edification. I just want to see what I can see, you know? I want to smoke, I'm not going to lie, I want to smoke weed and see if I can see Nessie, all right? I've always wanted to do that. So let's make that happen if you can for me, please. So if you live in Scotland, please reach out to me and let's make arrangements to travel. We'll do a Kickstarter for the funds and we'll get this on. All right? I think Weird AF News deserves it. Some first-person real reporting live from the scene.